Ooh. Oh, this is even better. What is up, boys, girls, and everyone else? Today, James back here with some more VGC back-to-back battles with the Walrein and Nidoqueen team. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, highly recommend go check out Walrein. A little bit of a monster, and I wonder if it can continue its domination streak, or maybe we could bring out some of the queen, or maybe we could fall, because not exactly the most solid team. It's a really fun team though. I do want to showcase a lot of the fun Pokemon, especially if they got buffed, and Walrein was one of those Pokemon that got buffed. I really am impressed with it, actually. I'm actually really surprised it's actually doing pretty well. But if you haven't already, if you do enjoy the videos, again, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, especially if you enjoy the content and want to get notifications of whenever the latest videos come out. It really is appreciated. But otherwise, today's common question of the day is going to be, if you could buff one Pokemon, it doesn't even have to be this generation, in competitive play in general, what Pokemon would that have been? And there's a lot of Pokemon that could be buffed, but I think one Pokemon that's always been done a little bit dirty is Flygon. And I absolutely love Flygon from Generation 3. And it kind of didn't exactly take the spotlight. Salamence kind of took the spotlight as a dragon of that generation. But man, really wanted Mega Flygon or some kind of like really good Flygon. I absolutely do love Flygon, yeah, but unfortunately it isn't that great in competitive. But yeah, or at least in the doubles format. But yeah, let me know what Pokemon you would buff in, you know, competitive Pokemon. It doesn't have to be even this generation. It could be this generation, or it could have been a previous generation, but let me know in the comments down below. Of course, while you're down there, you can check out my social medias as well. Be sure to check out my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch channel, where I do live stream, and a bunch of others. Yeah, you can definitely go check me out on those platforms. But otherwise, let's get started and play some games. All right, I don't know how to pronounce that name, but we have a team: Rillaboom, Grimmsnarl, Landorus T, Heatran, Suicune, and Zapdos. So interesting team. I don't know what the items are. Trick Lagging Tail is not going to be on this team. This team's a little bit interesting, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm bringing against it. I think I like Walrein a lot with Clef. Do I have to Dynamax Walrein in the game is the question. I feel like I don't have to, because I think what I want to try to do is like threaten a lot with Walrein right off the bat, and then like go with like Zapdos, Nidoqueen endgame. Because look at Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen goes in on this team. Like, actually, it does so much damage against my opponent, and I think it is the right call. I guess I could also go like Zapdos, Nidoqueen, and then like maybe like instant Rila, which actually wouldn't be that bad either. Actually, yeah, change of plans. We're gonna go Zapdos, Rila, I think. Yeah, Zapdos, Rila looks pretty solid here. Having Incineroar in the back for the Rila just in case, as well as the Nidoqueen. Yeah, because one, this way, the way that I'm doing it, it doesn't allow me to play passive against specifically going to be that Grimmsnarl, because Reflect is a little bit annoying. And I can like fake out into T-Bolt, into Grassy Glide, KO to Rila, which actually would be like really good, because then I don't have to worry about the trick situation anyway. Second is because like Reflect getting up would actually be kind of annoying for me. And this is probably like best situation possible. They led perfect. Oh, this is great. I can go for damage right away with fake out T-Bolt, unless they switch into Lando and predict that and go for an attack with Suicune, which they could, to be fair, because I feel like Suicune's not exactly the most threatening thing on the field right now. So I'll go for fake out and T-Bolt into Grimmsnarl. I think it covers like a lot of options, and really I want to prevent Reflect or Light Screen from going up, especially Light Screen, because that slows down the damage output that I can do on the team. What sucks is I could have also led Walrein and Belly Drum up in this situation, and I don't know what they could really do against that. Oh, I could have just led that in. Oh, I would have just like powered through, because they don't have a, well, I guess it could be Taunt Grimmsnarl, so that could stop the follow me situation. Yeah. So like that could have actually been bad. So yeah, now that I think about it, I think this is better, because for instance, if they had Taunt Grimmsnarl, they could go for Taunt in the Clef turn 1 as I follow me Belly Drum to prevent Scald Burn. So yeah, if they don't switch out, this is fine too. Even if they like just go for like a Tailwind, for instance. Snarl is fine too. Okay. It shouldn't be Policy Suicune. They don't run Policy. I max attack Rillaboom, so I think I might knock out Grimmsnarl with a combination attack. I don't know if I want to T-Bolt the Suicune. I think I do. I don't think it'd be policy on this team. If it is, they got me good, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna glide here the Grimmsnarl. Maybe I should have doubled it up because there's a chance they switch into Heatran. But do I need the damage on Heatran? It is potential to be Shuckleberry, so I guess maybe damage would have been nice against it. We're gonna see this weekend retreat though. Lander should probably be the play here. That's their own Zapdos. Okay, so that works out because I'm able to get a big, powerful Grassy Glide off into their. Okay, nice Grassy Glide into Grimmsnarl, and I'm able to get a free Thunderbolt off. So this should do some nice chip, even with -1. Yeah, so does like about 30%, which is pretty solid. Okay. I'm setting up for Nidoqueen endgame, so I need Nidoqueen to be healthy as possible. If they go Suicune again, I might actually go for the attack right there, because I'm assuming, yeah, if it's Suicune. I don't see a reason not to just glide here for setting up, yeah. The thing is, if they have Protect, I guess it's a little bit annoying. Do I want to read them to Protect? I guess I could protect my own Rillaboom, because there's not really much of a threat here immediately, right? Yeah, I'll go for a Thunderbolt in this Suicune for chip, I guess, and I'm just going to Protect. I'll scout for the switch. That's Heatran? Oh, their own Rillaboom. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna Dynamax, which is fine. I think I definitely switch into Instant the following turn. I don't know which slot though, because I could realistically switch it for either slot. Suicune's a little bit annoying. I can play around it. I wonder what the I feel like Zapdos targeting. Who would he target? Would he target my own Zapdos again? Or would he target down the Rillaboom? I guess I wouldn't mind either slot really. Because I could Dynamax Nidoqueen in the end game, it looks like at this point. But we'll see. So I T-Bolt the Rillaboom for like very negligible damage. I don't think that's Assault Vest, but I can't tell. It is Airstream coming out. Going to be out into the Zapdos slot actually. Wow. Alright. They don't want to get rid of their own terrain, which makes sense. I think Incineroar is a very fair play here. Yeah, it's Life Orb on the Zapdos. I think I'm Dynamaxing Nidoqueen, which is not exactly my favorite Dynamax Pokemon to use. Because, of course, Nidoqueen doesn't exactly get the best benefits here. But yeah, I'm just going to protect Zapdos going to Instant. If they call this, it's fine. Like if they Airstream, for instance, the Rillaboom, I think it's okay. Even if they double up Instant, I don't think it's that bad of a situation. So yeah, I'm going to double an Instant. Because I think keeping one Pokemon for Suicune specifically is definitely the way to go here. So we'll bring in the Incineroar. And then I think if Incineroar survives this turn, I could go for like Fake Out into Heat Wave or like Hurricane the Rillaboom slot, for instance. So yeah, I'm fine with playing passive here. We're going to see the Airstream come out into probably the Rillaboom slot. Yeah. So what did the Rillaboom go for is the question, because that is the big target. Is it Woodhammer in the Zapdos? It could be Woodhammer. Oh, knockoff. Okay. I don't think I would have survived that anyway, so I'm okay with this. I think I'll go for Fake Out Hurricane. Heat Wave damage doesn't matter on the Zapdos, because I think it will already go down to Hailstorm. So yeah, I'll go for the Heat Wave here into these Pokemon, as well as a Fake Out into the Rillaboom. And yeah, I think this is pretty good. Even if they, like, let's say, knock out Zapdos in this turn, I think. If they knock out Zapdos in this position, I can switch out. I can basically just get a Nidoqueen and switch back into Rillaboom, I think, on a T-Bolt. Because I think you would T-Bolt Incineroar instead of going for Raw Hurricane. Let's see, though. Airstream going to come out once again into the Zapdos. Okay. So I don't mind this trade right here. I think next turn is the Nidoqueen bring out. Okay, the problem is I am losing my Life Orb most likely, so the damage on Zapdos gonna be a little bit pitiful. It will be a little bit pitiful, but overall should be okay. Unless I want to just ooze right away the Rillaboom, which actually could be the play realistically. That wouldn't be a bad play because it covers knockoff and it also covers Zapdos going out into Incineroar, or Zapdos going out into Suicune. So I definitely go Nidoqueen here. The question is, do I max Ooze or do I go for the Hailstorm? I think Ooze is a play. I really hope they don't just. But the thing is, Rillaboom is out of terrain too, so they're not doing much. They're probably less inclined to switch out the Rillaboom this turn, but you know what? Yeah, I'll go for the Ooze. I'm definitely Dynamaxing this Pokemon. And I think Rillaboom is a play. I guess the problem is if they call this. Although Thunderbolt actually probably doesn't knock me out now that I think about it, right? because I'm sassy. Not sassy. Careful Incineroar with a lot of bulk. Actually, I think the place to Hailstorm the... Yeah, I think it's the Hailstorm the Zapdos and actually Parting Shot out the Rillaboom, because I think that gives me a lot of momentum in multiple different ways. It covers the Suicune coming in because Hailstorm will be able to knock out the Zapdos, for instance. It covers Suicune coming in because I'm getting in Rillaboom 100% guaranteed. And yeah, knocking out the Zapdos or being able to position where I can get Rillaboom in on Suicune, I think is like really key here. So yeah, I think this is the right play. So we'll bring out the Queen, the big Dynamax Nidoqueen. They detect here, which is fine. I don't think that's a bad detect for me. This is going to put them into range. Ooh. Oh, this is even better. This is even better. Oh, this is even better for me because I'm able to get a free Hailstorm into the... One, I'm able to get a Hailstorm off. Two, I guarantee got in... Oh, I didn't even think about the U-turn play, but that ends up working for me too. So yeah, I'm able to get a Hailstorm off. An Ooze might have been better, but this puts it in range of Grassy Glide, maybe? This might put Zapdos in range of Grassy Glide, which is actually like really key. Also, do I want to go for Fake Out into Zapdos? I kind of want to Glide to Zapdos. Glide should knock out Zapdos at the position, and then I'd be able to go for the Ooze. It covers Rillaboom coming in on the... Yeah, I think that's fine. So yeah, I'm going to be able to get in my Rillaboom here. Nidoqueen is actually going to put in work because Ooze is going to help out. It prevents Snarl. Scald shouldn't be doing too much. I think the only thing I'm worried about at this point is if like Scald burned a Rillaboom, and I could get staticked here by the Zapdos, which could benefit or hurt me depending on the situation. Let's see. Yeah, Glide should definitely knock out Zapdos at that range. It's Miracle Seed / Rose Incense max attack. That should 100% KO at that range, I think. Yeah, I think it should 100% KO. So yeah, I'll go for Glide here and I'll go for Ooze 100%. Yeah. That'd be a very nice, I think. So we'll Ooze, the Zapdos, and Glide. It covers Rillaboom coming in, knocks out the Zapdos, and I get chip onto Suicune, which is nice. And yeah, I think overall, I could also Protect here. That is true. But I'd rather try to get as much capital momentum, especially if they do something like that. Helping hand onto Zapdos, perfect. Because you know why? I'm able to get the Grassy Glide off. This will able to knock out the Zapdos. Yep. Zapdos goes down. I still have Rillaboom around to deal with the Suicune. And I get an Ooze off into the Suicune. I think... What play do I... Okay, so they have Snarl Helping Hand. That means they should have Skull Tail, and I'm assuming it's the last two moves. Did they crit Nidoqueen with, like, Wood Hammer? Or is it... Okay. So the play originally I thought I was going to do was switch out Rillaboom into Instant. For the Intimidate, of course. And just Ooze the Rillaboom. But I think the play is just to Glide here, since the Suicune most likely doesn't have Protect. I wonder if it's Rindo Berry. Rindo Berry is, I think, the only item that could really change the situation. But even then, I think I'm just going to go... I think I'm just going to go for the Max Ooze into the Rillaboom slot. And I'm going to go for Grassy Glide and Suicune. Because if they're not Rindo Berry, I pick up the Knockout. If not, it's not that big of a deal because they're not, like, pressuring a Knockout here. And yeah, I think this turn they're definitely going to go for like something cheeky, like a Helping Hand, Wood Hammer, or Helping Hand Grassy Glide in the Nidoqueen, because they kind of need to knock out Nidoqueen. They got to keep the Pokemon number around, I think. So yeah. Let's see here. If they Fake Out, it's fine. Yeah, they didn't really have much of an out at that point. I think Nidoqueen kind of just cleaned up with Rillaboom, and that was kind of like the endgame I was fighting for, right? When I saw the Pokemon. I saw that they had literally, what was it, a Suicune lead with Grimmsnarl. I prevented screens, was able to pick up knockouts on the Grimmsnarl effectively. And then I was able to find myself into a position where I was able to sell out their Dynamax turns. And then I was able to abuse my Dynamax. And just Nidoqueen was put in a really good position, especially since their only Pokemon that was like really threatening to Nidoqueen was literally the Suicune. And as long as I got Rillaboom in, that was definitely the key factor, because then I was just able to pressure the Suicune, deny any speed control. And yeah, had to Intimidate for the Rillaboom to lower their damage output. And yeah, Nidoqueen would have just swept through right there. But very nice overall. I think that was a pretty good game for Nidoqueen. Even though, like, we didn't get the KOs immediately because we only went for one attack, Nidoqueen definitely would have been able to at least pick up another KO, assuming we don't get crit. Because I think they're out there was, like, going for crit, Grassy Glide, or Wood Hammer, hoping I choke as I, like, switch out Rillaboom for Incineroar at that point. Because I think that's what they needed to hope that I do at that point. But yeah. All right, we got Dan Draker, who's number 95 on the ladder. I've actually been pretty high up recently thanks to the recent Lilligan team that we've been using. And let's look at this. Cinderace, Tornadus, Urshifu, the Metagross, the Rillaboom, and the Tapu Fini. Okay, so probably weakness policy on the Metagross with Brutal Swing, Torn. Pretty standard stuff. And then, yeah, I'm not sure about the rest. I think Zapdos is really good against their team, though, so I definitely want to bring Zapdos. I think Walrein's a little bit too tough to handle because I gotta keep Clef alive so Rillaboom doesn't sweep me, and then everything else is like pretty big damaging, and I definitely see myself Dynamaxing Zapdos this game, so definitely I think Zapdos is going to be brought here and no Walrein, unfortunately. I do see myself bringing Clef though, potentially, or Nidoqueen. Both work. I don't know where the Focus Sash is. It's either on the Torn or the Urshifu, and unfortunately I just don't know that answer. I don't know, there might be nothing wrong with Zapdos Incineroar lead, because if they don't have Protect on the Torn, and they usually are what? Flying Move, Taunt, Tailwind, and Brutal Swing? Then I could Fake Out, yeah. I think Rillaboom and Nidoqueen in the back. I think maybe no Clef. It's kind of weird because I really like Clef, especially because Urshifu's a little bit problematic. But I think overall, I need Rillaboom to deal with the Tapu Fini just in case as a backup answer. And also have like a little bit of priority for like in case like things get really low in the end game, like the Cinderace. So we'll see how this goes. I'm not exactly too sure of like how this matchup is going to play out. We're going to see the Tornadus Metagross lead. Okay, not surprising. I think turn one, I just got to hope that they don't have Protect and they have Taunt instead. And I think I double it up with Max Lightning plus Fake Out. If they want to go for a super effective move against Zapdos, it procs Policy. So I'm not like, I don't think that's that bad because Zapdos definitely lives in attack as long as it's not boosted. So yeah. So we'll go for the Dynamax Lightning into the Torn. They don't have a switch in either. Like everything pretty much gets nuked by Fake Out plus Lightning, I feel like, other than the Rillaboom. So I'm pretty much okay with going for the Fake Out here. Yeah, so Fake Out Lightning I think is always the safe play turn one. They could Quake my Incineroar, which I am completely okay if they like start quaking up on Incineroar, because once I avoid the Policy and once I hit the once I go for the super effective move into the once they go for a super effective move against me, it activates my Policy so I can like damage them back. And I have a Nidoqueen in the back as well with Earth Power that will do a ton of damage to the Metagross once Dynamax is over. So I'm completely okay with like the turns right here. Assuming the Torn doesn't have Protect. Because if it has Protect, this is very problematic because I'm right here banking on them having Taunt because they don't exactly have the best Trick Room matchup. So I'm hoping that they have Taunt because I don't think they can really stop Clops. Other than Urshifu, but they can't stop Clops redirection. Don't have Protect. Oh, god dang it. Protect is awful for me. Alright. I guess I should have Airstream turn one then. But the thing... Maybe Airstream was fine turn one. But the thing is, they would have gotten Tailwind up too, so I didn't exactly have the best ways to stop that. This should be the Quake here in Incineroar, unfortunately. Yeah, it is the Quake. So Incineroar is gonna live. I get my berry back. I think I can go Rillaboom on the next switch. I just don't know if they're gonna go for the Brutal Swing immediately and try to knock out the Zapdos, because I think that's like... I think that's the worst case, and I don't have a way to stop that. Yeah, I just don't have a way to stop that, I think. I think I go for Airstream here for sure, and I think I have to... I think I gotta hope for the pivot here, because I think they want Tailwind. They don't need Tailwind is the thing. They could go for the Brutal Swing, but I have no idea which one. I think like it's 50-50 odds of them going for either. And like I don't even have a good position even if I max guard and call it, right? Because like they still have the boost and they get Tailwind up the following turn. So I'm still in a problematic spot anyway at the end of the day. So we'll bring out the Rillaboom. And hopefully, I'm assuming Tailwind. Hopefully Tailwind. And then Quake. Okay, that's perfect actually. That's good. That is really good for me. Oh, Rockfall is actually... That's not bad for me at all. Because they didn't have Policy. So I lived the Rockfall. And I'll be able to get an Airstream off into their Torn. Which means that I will be able to outspeed the Metagross afterward. And I can maybe pick up 2 KOs. The only problem is, how do I stall out this freaking... how am I stalling out this... Tailwind right here? Well, it depends on what mons they bring, I guess, in the back. But at least they don't have policy, which is a big thing, because policy would allow them to KO my Rillaboom, for instance, straight off the bat. They only have one special defense boost too, so I think Nidoqueen might knock them out depending on their set. All right, not bad, not bad. Also, it might also come down to how fast this Metagross is, because I have no idea how fast the Metagross is on their team. That's also another unfortunate note. I don't know if it's bulky or not, or if it's speedy. If it's speedy, I might just be donezo anyway. Urshifu comes out. I can stall out an extra turn, right? If I max guard here with Zapdos and I go out into Incineroar for an Intimidate. Because I get fake out pressure. Yeah, I think this is actually my best play. But the thing is, I think Urshifu attacks here, right? I think it makes sense to attack here, and I do need to KO on Urshifu. Urshifu is an annoying Pokemon to deal with. I gotta play everything around the Metagross right now. So I think, yeah, I double up the Urshifu anyway. Puts in Grassy Glide range too. I'll fake out. Please don't be fast, Metagross. Nice. Okay, that's perfect. I'm able to get the Airstream off into the Urshifu, pick up the knockout. That was a really important outspeed, because I needed to make sure I got rid of 2 Pokemon at least. They still have 2 turns of Tailwind, which is still really hard for me to beat, but overall this is looking a lot better, especially since, like, if they KO the Zapdos right here, which they are going to take the KO on Zapdos, I go to Incineroar and I get a fake out, so I can stall out turns. Because, like, I can fake out and then I can protect on, like, the last turn Tailwind, and then Nidoqueen will be faster than this Metagross. I guess the question is, does Metagross lift the Earth Power? Because that could also be like a big important calculation right here that's upcoming. But we will see. Who else could they have in the back? I guess they could have Cinderace in the back, which is concerning. They do have Cinderace in the back. Okay. Actually, I don't think that's that bad. I think I just fake out the Cinderace and I go for Woodhammer, because Cinderace doesn't run Protect usually, right? So there should be a fake out into Woodhammer, I think, guaranteed. Metagross's Dynamax is over. Yep. All right, I think I somehow got this one saved, I think. Assuming the Cinderace doesn't have Protect. They usually... It's like really hard to fit Protect on Cinderace, though. They usually like to have all the moves. So, fake out Woodhammer, I think is correct. And then I think Nidoqueen cleans up. Fake out. Nice flinches. My Rillaboom's faster than Metagross because I'm +2 speed. Good damage into Cinderace. I did take recoil though, but I don't think Metagross can revenge. They Rock Slide too. Okay, perfect. Oh, and Incineroar survives too. That's even better. Okay. Rillaboom shouldn't go down to Glide if I'm not mistaken. No, after Grassy Terrain, no. Oh, my Incineroar went down anyway. It doesn't change anything, I think. Yeah, I still glide the Cinderace. Or do I double protect here? I think double protect might be better. Double protect might be better, yeah. Because if they read my Nidoqueen protect on their last turn of Tailwind. Yeah, because if they had protect, I think they would have went for it already, right? I guess if they have coach. No, coaching doesn't change anything in the situation. Because I'm assuming both Pokemon get KO'd by the Metagross upcoming turns. I think I just double protect here. I double protect, saw out the last turn Tailwind. I glide the Cinderace and I Earth Power. The reason I'm making this play instead of gliding the Cinderace and going for the protect on Nidoqueen is because there's a chance that they Sucker Punch with Cinderace and Iron Head double up my Rillaboom, which would KO, and then that means I have to rely on Earth Power, guarantee KOing the Metagross in that situation. By making this play, I don't think Sucker Punch will knock out my Rillaboom. I mean, they can't double up a slot. They have to double up a slot to pick up a KO, I think. Besides rely on Sucker Punch crit. So yeah. And then I'll have one more move to go for with like either Rillaboom or Nidoqueen. Because the Metagross will pick up the KO, right, on one Pokemon. But they can't get a double knockout. Yeah, so I get 2 hits off into Metagross guaranteed. Like I'm guaranteed the Earth Power right here into Metagross, and then I glide here. The only way I think I get screwed is Sucker Punch crit in a Rillaboom and Earth Power doesn't knock out Metagross. I think in any other condition though, I win. Yeah. So I think it lowers the odds of like, or increases my odds of winning, which is why I think that's what I should do. They have to Sucker Punch right here. Wait, they didn't Sucker Punch? That's game. Guaranteed. I'm like pretty sure they're only +1 special defense. I think Woodhammer will KO if I don't KO because this should like barely miss a knock. That did a lot less than I was thinking. What? Did I have to Ice Beam that one turn? Oh, I thought I played it to the best. Did I have to glide that one turn? Wait, what did Metagross go for? No, it went for Stomping. Grassy terrain ends though, and well, they aren't boosting defense or anything. But Iron Head should KO me at +2, right? Oh, I lose. Oh, I thought I had this endgame sealed. I thought Earth Power would do more because it's Life Orb Sheer Force. Dang, I didn't expect Metagross to be that bulky. I knew it was slower, but I didn't expect it to be that bulky because it only had one Spadef boost. But that Spadef boost like really came in handy. I thought I was gonna put them in the red. I guess I go for the Woodhammer crit here. That would KO Metagross. I feel like I'm gonna miss a knockout like into the red right here. Oh, I didn't even need it. Wow. I'm surprised. The Earth Power did a lot less and the Woodhammer did a lot more than I expected. Oh my god, I did not expect that to actually KO, but that is a victory right there. Wow. I think what I did was correct though, because I guess the only thing that isn't... Let me think. Because I'm trying to figure out how that situation could go out too. I guess I could have Ice Beamed theoretically, right? I could Ice Beam the Metagross to not activate Policy. But the problem is if the Cinderace Sucker Punches the Nidoqueen, so Stomping Tantrum guarantees the KO on the Nidoqueen as well, I would lose without the Earth Power damage. So I think like no matter what, I still had to go for the same play regardless. But wow, I'm actually surprised that worked out. I'm surprised Woodhammer did that much. Rillaboom kind of insane. But I guess that's a factor of max attack Rillaboom with Frozen Sense. Thank God I decided to go max attack. I almost didn't. But yeah, I think overall that game, I guess turn 1 Airstream's better than. Because Lightning didn't benefit me damage-wise. And I could have got like more damage off into Torrent potentially. So maybe turn 1 Airstream's better. Because they can't, if they protect, right? Like they did there, at least they have to Tailwind. Because they can't Brutal Swing in that turn. Because the Aptos is going to be faster and probably outspeed and KO the Torn. So I think they have to go for Tailwind that turn. So that meant maybe I could have actually opened up and went for the Airstream turn 1 instead of that option. But luckily they went for the Tailwind anyway. If they went for the Brutal Swing, the game could have been a lot different. And I mean a lot different. But thankfully that was the case. I was able to play, I think I played it around right. I think I was able to get the Fake Out Pressures right. I was able to get like huge damage off with the Zapdos. I got the KO on Urshifu. I was able to stall out the Tailwind more effectively, and I think I played the end game to the best of my ability in that position. But yeah, and that is going to be the end of today's video. Got to showcase Nidoqueen, which is actually a big win because I really want to showcase Nidoqueen. But I hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC Back-to-Back Battles. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you do enjoy the content, hit that bell notification to get the latest alerts on whenever videos drop. You could also check out the team if you do want to try it out, because it is a pretty fun team. Check it out. Link in the description down below. There's a rental code as well as a payment. The rental code will expire in 2 weeks though, so make sure you grab it while you can. Otherwise, while you're down there, you can check out my social medias as well. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, all that good stuff, especially Twitch, where I do live stream once again. If you do want to interact with me in an awesome community, there is my Discord where you can go check out the team building section and, you know, talk about anime, games, and a bunch of other things down below in the description. But otherwise, yeah, thank you for everyone who has tuned in. Have a great day, people. Until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.